How does the physical activity and the weight training, how does that translate to helping them with 2K?
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers playing against the New York Knicks. For New York, the season hasn't gone as smoothly for them as I'm sure they hoped it would. The good news is we still have a good chunk of it left to play. But if they're going to make a run, they better.
It's a road game for the Knicks, and they're facing an interconference foe today. And as we start the weekend here on this Friday night, 2K Sports welcoming you to NBA basketball. Along with Greg Anthony, Brent Berry, and our sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. You take a look at Los Angeles. They had a lot of momentum right now, playing well and looking very good.
Well, this team is a lot of fun to watch. Everything seems to be going their way. But listen, they're making their own breaks now. They're taking advantage of situations and opportunities, and they're doing everything right on both ends of the floor.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Moutier and Lee make up the backcourt. Inside, it's Porzingis and Kanter. And it's Knox in at the 3 slot. You can see it all over the league. Injuries, Brent, beginning to affect some teams, but it's hard to pay your stars and maintain a deep bench all under the salary cap. It's a very difficult dance to do.
This is why sitting next to you as a broadcaster is a really less stressful thing to do. Rather than be a general manager in the league.
Yeah.
So hard to make.
But you could be a general manager in this league.
Maybe at some point, Kevin, but right now I'm enjoying this seat with you. And I'm wondering how it is that some of these teams can get creative with cap analytics guys and their strategy, how much they want to press forward given some of the restrictions of what you can do with your roster. But we know the more players you have that can step in and be ready, these deeper teams during the regular season usually pile up a few more wins than those that don't have that approach.
Now here's Lee after the miss from Stevens. Moutier looking around. Knocks the pass to Kanter. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Lee. And it's AI with the rebound. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Porzingis can't hit. Here are the Lakers. Searching for their first points of the game. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still, their ability to stay composed was impressive.
Well, it led to a big scoring effort, taking advantage of every weakness. So any possession the defense wasn't aggressive on, they were on the offensive end.
And it's blocked. That's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession. Let's take a moment now to recognize a player who has been incredible lately, and it's earned him Western Conference Player of the Month.
Well, he's been an absolute magician when the ball has been in his hands. There isn't any aspect of the offense that he hasn't contributed in, and it's been a pleasure to watch. I mean, unless you are an opposing coach, then his play has been a vivid nightmare.
Lakers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Gets an open look and hits.
Yeah, gifted at just sensing what route to run in transition. Harris is a guy you cannot lose in these situations.
Now here's Cantor. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Nuggets in Denver.
And defensively, this is a nightmare. He's already on a roll.
I love his will, his take charge attitude, the aggressiveness, all of that showing up here in the first. Well, he's like a carpenter out there. Great floor awareness, zipping the ball over to his teammates with ease. Well, just look at the list of career accomplishments by LBJ. To me, the best small forward that's ever played this game, and on the short list of the best player to ever lace him up.
Now here's Porzingis. Last game 26 points, and Cantor throws it down.
Pretty unselfish play there, right? Porzingis finding the open man, and he's more and more comfortable and more aware of everything going on around him.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. This their first look at this year's New York squad.
Yeah, faced off twice last season, and it was a split.
AI up top. Goodbye, Porzingis. Here's Stevens. Porzingis with the block.
Yeah, good luck getting a shot over the 7 foot 6 inch tall wingspan of Kristaps Porzingis.
Braun, he's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play.
And that was an easy one there, just a missed opportunity.
Yeah, sometimes everything can go right, but the shot doesn't go down. Nothing there is automatic.
They've got AI. Lonzo Ball out there with Harris. And it's LeBron James. And it's McGee in at the 5 spot. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, AI in their last time out against the Thunder was tremendous. He finished with 21 points. He made them pay for the fouls, getting a lot of free throw attempts. He was great in every facet of the game. Afterward, his coach couldn't stop praising the effort. And we'll see if he maintains that inspiration tonight.
Thanks for checking in, DA. He was phenomenal for them in that game. It was fun to watch.
And not just fun for us, but it had to be fun for him as well. Everything was working, and he just seemed to enjoy and embrace every minute of it.
And I love having fun, but fun comes at a cost, and that cost is work and effort. So let's not get too far away from that tonight. He was a workhorse in this one.
McGee with the block. But they get it back. 4 on the shot clock. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. They get to take on the Blazers at Portland after this one. And they're playing through a string of road games. That will be game 5 of the 6 on the road. To the paint. Cantor trying to free himself up. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, when you see Porzingis attack the glass, you want to stand up in your seat. There's been these opportunities where we've seen him flying in for some highlight dunks.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
And I'll tell you, Brent, a lot of distractions for the Knicks over the last few years.
Well, quite a number of coaching changes, obvious changes to the front office, so that means you're turning in a different direction, and some people in the Knicks organization really having a hard time just getting along with one another.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Moutier kicks to Porzingis. Pass to Cantor. Over James. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. To the inside. And AI with the basket on the assist by Ball. AI's got 7 now in this quarter.
Well, the defense looking at him like a Rubik's Cube. They cannot figure him out. He continues to light him up from the field. More importantly, they're winning.
Cantor dishes to Moutier. Count that one. Moutier's got his first points of the game.
That's a great look inside for Moutier. Nice body control, and like to see him with those kind of looks.
Timeout called the Lakers.
What's interesting about Moutier is how cavernous the gap is between the strengths and weaknesses that he has. On the plus side, he creates shots for himself, but how many of those shots is he actually going to make? The other part about his game, though, is his distribution is pretty solid. So if he plays in the pick and roll, he can find teammates.
Here's Knox. Here's Cantor. Top of the key, Porzingis. Lee against Harris. Just 4 to shoot. Second chance shot. No good from Lee. Another thing about Moutier, really good on-ball defender. That marks him.
Well, a better defender when his man's in front of him, and not as good at chasing guys through screens. He seems to either get bumped off route or try to take shortcuts that cost him. But offensively is where it is. He needs to just be better at decision-making and get that jump shot to be more consistent.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Zubac is checked in for JaVale McGee. Kyle Kuzma comes in for James. Ingram, he's checked in for Harris. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Ball. Burke looking over the floor. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rondo. Beasley's checked in for the Lakers. So it's the Knicks now. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Lakers on top. They lead by 1. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the 3rd quarter after our halftime. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Really an incredible game from AI.
And through the first 2 quarters, they went to him repeatedly in the post, and boy, did he deliver.
Yeah, I like his patience down there. He's combined some good footwork with even better moves surrounding that. So we'll see if the defense can counter in the second half. Maybe some double teams.
3rd quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. And New York looking at who they've got. Inside, it's Porzingis and Cantor. Moutier and Lee make up the backcourt. And it's Knox in at the 3. Cantor, the pass to Knox. And a wide open look for Lee. Sinks the 3-pointer. Lee's got the first points of the second half up on the board for the Knicks. LeBron outside. The big changes in defensive rules happened right in the middle of your playing days. How did people initially react to those?
Well, a lot of guys had 3 quick fouls, Kevin, because they're out hand checking and pushing guys around. And they say, what do you mean I can't do this anymore? I get paid to push guys around. But after a little while, obviously, guys stepping off and understanding positions on the floor where you could get away with more physical play than you can out in front with point guards, obviously, and having refs' eyes on them or down on the block.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Here's Knox. LeBron with the block.
LeBron throwing that one away hard. There's a message behind that block. Well, if they had an edge at halftime, they might have lost it. Beginning this half, 1 of 5.
And great hustle to turn that block shot into a fast break opportunity. Big time play on both ends.
Knox, and they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
And this is what it's all about, guys. The competitive spirit, the energy that we're seeing. This one's got the feeling like it's going to go down to the wire.
And if it does, as evenly as these 2 teams have played here, it's anyone's guess who's going to come out on top.
Lee outside. To the middle. Here's Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Lee does a great job of sticking with it and then finding a teammate.
Lakers trail by 4. Stevens, the pass to James. It's good.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
And so it's Moutier with it. They'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
And he's probably looking at some matchups on the floor he'd like to take advantage of.
I'm interested in what he's seeing and then what kind of play they run coming out of this timeout.
And the Lakers making a change here. Passes it to Trier. New York moving the ball around. Here's Cantor to take the lead. Gets the bucket and the foul. That one is on Beasley.
Using that big body to create space, Cantor does a great job there cleaning the glass.
That's good from Cantor.
And sometimes it seems the age of interior scoring big men has come and gone. Enes Kanter, one of the rare big men who can dominate a game offensively in the paint. Great hands and the strength to create space.
Kyle Kuzma is out there with AI. Then there's Beasley. Then it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Ingram in at the 2. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. The Knicks leading by 3. Down low. Here's Cantor. Lays it up off the glass. And you talk about Cantor's inside game, but he's got a solid jump shot.
It looks very comfortable all the way out to 20 feet. I think before long we may see him add a three-point shot to his repertoire.
AI with the bucket. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Okay, time now for an injury report.
Hey guys, the head athletic trainer for the Knicks gave us some information. And the news is pretty good. It does not look like a severe injury. We're well into this season, and that is the last thing this team needed. And that's going to make things much harder for them down the road. Kevin?
Appreciate that, D.A. Well, it's never easy for a player to go through what he's experiencing, Greg, right now.
But it is something that happens to almost every player. He's strong enough mentally to get through it. This we know.
But sometimes off the court, you work harder than you do preparing for a regular game. He'll get himself ready to go. Look forward to when he gets back on the court.
Here's Cantor, and again it's New York.
Not a stellar first half, but he's become an absolute machine scoring the ball in the second.
In the corner, it's AI. Pass to Kuzma. Kicks it to Ball. Here's Stevens. And it's off from three-point range. The Knicks leading by 4. Lee outside. Inside. Here's Von Lay. That one good for 2.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Ingram outside. To the middle. Here's Stevens. It's rebounded by New York. Cantor's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Ingram against Lee. From the arc. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
Stretching the floor out is important, and right now, Courtney Lee able to do that.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
And they let things get out of hand. Good time to reconvene.
They're just on the wrong end right now of a big run, and they need to plan how they're going to shift the momentum of the game.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Kristaps Porzingis.
And tell you what, he's worked very hard to get himself in good position throughout the course of this game. And that comes across in his shooting percentage. He's hit over half his shots from the field. And that's not because he got hot as much as it's because of the effort he put in to get himself open.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. Hardaway finds Cantor. Outside, Porzingis gets that one through the hole, making now 7 of 13 in this game.
Defense right now looking for the off switch on Porzingis. It's not to be found.
And it's AI missing.
I know it's physically impossible, but he's got to be kicking himself. He knows he's got to make them.
The pass to Porzingis. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. And it's a 10-point New York lead.
This is where Porzingis can do the most damage. 7'3". He's got the height. He's going to shoot over just about anybody in the league.
AI kicks the ball. Three-pointer. The Lakers rebound. LeBron's shot is good.
Bucket earned, out-muscling and out-hustling everybody for the rebound.
The Knicks leading by 8. Now Hardaway. To Porzingis. Here's the floater. Count it. And with that basket, he's now 9 of 15 from the floor.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for New York.
Two great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Porzingis.
Just really loved his level here tonight. Constantly mixed it up. And
seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Now here's Burke. He's tightly guarded. Up top, Canner to the paint. Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Full speed ahead. I mean, they have been in control since the opening tip, and that may have sealed the deal.
I can imagine a lot of things right now, but a comeback, that's not one of them. So important to just stay poised, go through your routine. He did a good job there of just keeping his composure and putting those two away.
Now here's Burke, guarded by Harris. Now here's Burke. So it's New York picking up the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brett Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.